Hey there friends and folks. For my very first video today, I just wanted to introduce myself and my practice a bit so you can get to know me. If I ever do these vlog type videos, I always want it to be in this workshop format where I'm making something while we're talking. So today I'll be attempting an adjustable snake ring that I've wanted to try for a while now. I really love snakes and I have these two adjustable snake rings already. One is silver plate and one is brass. But I wanted to play around today and see what a wire woven one might look like. Now normally if I'm just playing around, I work with copper, but I really wanted to use these little baby rubies for the eyes, and red stones like rubies and garnet tend to get washed out with copper, so I'm taking a risk and doing my very first attempt in the silver. For my base wires, I'll be using a 22 gauge sterling silver wire. I'm going to cut two 12-inch segments, and for my weaving wire, I'm using a 32 gauge, which I'm newer to weaving with, so bear with me. Now I do have a ring mandrel I could use to shape this ring, but I conveniently know that this tube of one of my favorite lip creams is the same size as my index finger. So when I make rings for myself, I usually just use one of these as the base. And with that, let's get started. So my name is Mars and I made my first jewelry about 15 years ago now when I was in middle school. It started as a hobby because I had taken an introductory class and thought it was so much fun that I just kept going with it. Then in high school I started selling my jewelry to raise money for charity, but always kind of maintained that jewelry making was a hobby. That is, until I graduated college and got my first real job here in Seattle at a bead store. Now at said store we also offered classes, a good range from beginning stringing to advanced wire working and bead weaving. And not only were we allowed to take classes, but it was encouraged because it would further our knowledge and experience as employees. It only took me a few months of working there to take my first wire weaving class, and I fell in love. It was just so much fun, and I was hooked immediately. And then a few months after that, I was promoted from sales associate to class lead, where I helped manage and maintain the classrooms, their tools, and helped with logistics and admin stuff as needed. Eventually my coworkers were encouraging me to teach classes myself, and I was honestly terrified. But as more and more customers were complimenting my work and asking if I taught classes, I finally took that dive, and I do not regret it to this day. That first class was so much fun, and getting to engage with so many wonderful people and talk to them about their practices and give them a look into mine, it was just so rewarding. I worked there for about 2.5 years and left just a few months before the store itself closed. But my jewelry practice has since been going strong as I've been selling my jewelry online and at live shows for about 4 years now. I haven't taught any classes since the store closed, but with a history of film and photography experience, I was always interested in doing online tutorials and workshops, and that brings us to where we are today. I'm fortunate to have had the opportunity to learn from so many other amazing artists, as well as exploring and developing on my own, and I truly don't believe there's any one right way to a creative process. When you're designing and making a piece, your decision should be driven either by structure and function or by aesthetic. Ask yourself, does this piece need this to stay together? And if not, do I like the way it looks? So long as your foundation is sound, you can pretty much do whatever you want. That's the fun of it. Find that balance and you'll find your own unique style. I'm just here to share with you some tips, tricks, and techniques that have worked for me in my own practice and have a heckin' great time doing it. And look at this ring we're finishing up. So in general, I am pretty petite and my hands are no different. My biggest finger is a size 6 and my smallest is a size 1. So this adjustable ring at a size 5 is perfect. And there you have it. It's pretty close to what I imagined when I was starting out. It's definitely bulkier in some areas than I would like, but for a first draft, it's not bad. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We'll be jumping into video tutorials and how-tos next week, so be sure to subscribe or check back for more videos. I really hope you enjoyed this work session. I would always love to hear from you down in the comments. Until next time, take care and bead well.